You know how it goes. You get inspired. You buy the notebook. You write the perfect plan. You're ready to change everything. Day 1, you're on fire. Day 2, a little slower. By day 3, you've stopped. The notebook is closed. The plan is forgotten. And that fire? Gone. Sound familiar? You start wondering, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just stick with it? Why do I always burn out before I even begin? But maybe the real question isn't what's wrong with you. Maybe it's what's wrong with everything you've been told about motivation. Because we live in a world obsessed with the moment of ignition, that flash of inspiration, that surge of energy, the dopamine high that makes you believe you can do anything. Finally write the book, start the business, change your body, fix your life. And in that moment, it feels real. It feels sustainable, but it's not. What you're feeling is a chemical spike, dopamine flooding your brain with possibility. It's powerful but short-lived. It's meant to get you started, not carry you through. The crash isn't a bug, it's a feature. And here's the trap. We confuse this biological surge with willpower. We think, if I was really committed, this fire would keep burning. But no, that fire dies for everyone. Even the most disciplined people you know. The difference? They don't rely on it. They expect the fire to fade. And they build systems to keep moving anyway. Let's go deeper. There's a reason your motivation dies on day 3. It's not just chemistry, it's identity. You can only sustain habits that align with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as lazy, inconsistent, weak, no matter how hard you try, your actions will always find a way to snap back to that baseline. You can't grow beyond your self-image, not for long. That's why those new you routines, waking up at 5 a.m., going all in at the gym, cutting sugar, writing 1,000 words a day, they feel like you're wearing someone else's clothes. At first, it's exciting, but soon it's uncomfortable. And eventually you rip them off and go back to what's familiar, because you can't behave your way into a new identity without rebuilding the identity itself. And let's be honest, most of us try to do too much too fast. We treat growth like a sprint, all or nothing. The more radical the change, the more motivated we feel at first. But when the initial excitement fades, and it always fades, we're left with a structure too heavy to carry. Here's the hard truth. Most motivation dies because it was built on fantasy. Not on who you are, but on who you think you're supposed to be. The gym membership isn't about health. It's about shame. The 30-day challenge isn't about discipline. It's about proving you're not broken. The 5 a.m. alarm isn't about productivity. It's about trying to earn your worth. And when those deeper wounds don't heal, no system will stick. Because you're not building a life. You're performing a version of yourself that you don't actually believe in. So what works? Start with what's real. Tiny, almost ridiculous habits. 1 glass of water, 10 squats, 1 paragraph. Something so small your mind doesn't resist it. Not because it's weak, but because it's safe. That's how identity begins to shift. Quietly, subtly. You're no longer trying to be productive. You simply are a person who writes, a person who moves, a person who shows up. And you don't need motivation to live that way, just intention. Just enough clarity to know what your next small step is. Not your next breakthrough, not your next transformation. Just one small step. Let's make this practical. If you want real change, stop asking, how do I stay motivated? Ask instead, what's the smallest action I can take today that aligns with the kind of person I want to be? Then do that. Tomorrow, repeat it. The day after that, adjust if you need to. But don't stop. Let it be imperfect. Let it be boring. Let it be yours. And remember, motivation is a spark, but without structure, without rhythm, without self-compassion, it burns out fast. And every time it dies, you feel a little less confident, a little less capable, until eventually you stop trying altogether. Don't let that happen. Don't chase the fire. Build the fireplace. Lay the bricks. Make it small. Make it honest. And build a life you don't need to escape from. Because you don't need more inspiration. You need a foundation. Steady, boring, beautiful. And that begins not on day 1, not in a dopamine high. It begins today, in whatever small, quiet way you choose to begin again.